Welcome to Module 6, where we dive deeply into manifesting and manifestation. And this module is going to be all about how you can consciously create the things that you want to experience in your life, the joy you want to call in, the love, the abundance, the alignment, the fun, whatever it is that you would like to experience. We're going to be talking about the tools and techniques of manifesting that can help bring those experiences into you. And I think that that is a wonderful place to start when we talk about manifesting. I want to start by talking about desire and our heart's desires. Now, I think that a lot of times there are spiritual and religious traditions that kind of come more from the idea that we should deny our desires or we should put them off until we receive our desires, our rewards in heaven after this physical life. And I would like to propose, and the energy from which I come from when we talk about manifesting is instead from a little bit more of a divine feminine perspective, an embodied desire perspective, where I believe that anything that your heart desires to experience here in the physical world is something that is divine and holy. You are a piece of the divine that has come into this physical form, that is inhabiting this human body in order to experience itself in the physical world. So whatever it is that you desire, it is something that is sacred, is holy, and is your right to experience it. So that is the energy from which I want to come to this manifestation module with. And I encourage you to kind of sit with that and see how that feels. How do you feel about your desires? Do you allow yourself to have them? We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the module. And what is it that you really want to create in your life and really want to experience? And there's no judgment on that. It can be sort of general things like experiencing more love, experiencing more fun, more joy, more passion. Or it can be very specific things that are tangible in the material world, such as, I want to manifest a romantic partner. I want to manifest my dream house. I want to manifest more money, more abundance, more wealth. I want to manifest having really great sex. Whatever it is for you, there's no judgment around it. As I said before, you are the divine who has come to experience itself and experience itself in all ways on the physical form. And I personally believe as well that it is our right and we are worthy of experiencing things that are pleasurable, things that are joyful, things that are happy. And that the more and more we focus on that, the higher our vibration is, the more light and love we embody, and the more we raise the vibration of the world. So whatever it is that makes you happy is something to call in for yourself and to let yourself experience. That is your job here on earth as an empath, as an intuitive woman, as a divine feminine, as the goddess embodied. That is what we're here for. So that's where we're starting from in our manifestation module. So let's talk a little bit more specifically about, okay, what is manifestation? What's the definition of that? And so manifestation is basically the process of creating the reality you're experiencing. And we are constantly already manifesting. You don't have to think about manifesting or learn about manifesting to already be manifesting. We are already in the process of doing that as we experience our reality. What we want to do, and what this module is really getting to, is about conscious and intentional manifesting the things that you want to experience. Because if we're not conscious and intentional, if we leave ourselves with a lot of unhealed parts, unhealed wounds, or a lot of mixed vibration, what we experience in our reality, what we unconsciously manifest, is kind of a mixture of positive things and negative experiences, things that feel positive, things that feel negative and challenging. The more we refine our conscious intention, work on ourselves and work on our healing, the more that we can choose to bring in things that feel positive. And so that's kind of the goal that we're holding here in this module, that as we've been doing all of this healing, this is why I had you do all of these other modules before this, because as we worked on healing different parts of your experience, gaining insight into that, releasing things that needed to be released, raising your vibration by taking care of your energy, all of that. Then when we get into conscious manifesting, we more clearly, more easily, more gracefully bring in the joyful things that we want to experience. Okay. And so there's really two parts to conscious manifesting. One is your part, and the second part is the part of the universe. So you're in co-creation with the universe, the two parts working together. Now, our part is setting the intention. So knowing what it is that we want, identifying that for ourselves, holding the desire of what it is that we want to experience, the vision of what it is that we want to experience. And then it's aligning our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, our energy with those desires, those goals. And then the part that the universe does is help intuitively guide us to the experiences we can have that help those goals, those desires come to fruition in the physical world. And so let me give you an example of how that might work. So let's say you've set the intention to become more healthy and fit. Perhaps you have a particular goal of losing a certain amount of weight or whatever that is for you. You set that intention, right? So we start with the intention. And then our part is to do the inner work, to align everything, and to take action that matches that intention. So what does that look like? It starts as looking at our mindset around being healthy, looking at, do we tell ourselves this is something we can do? Do we believe that we can take the actions necessary to put ourselves in alignment? Maybe it's also choosing to focus on foods that feel really nutritious and healthy and give us a lot of energy. Maybe it's making the goal that you're going to walk 3 or 4 times a week. Maybe it's in terms of our energy, it's kind of protecting ourselves from people who maybe tease us or tell us like, you'll never be healthy, you'll never be fit, that kind of thing, protecting our energy from that, right? So it's starting to think about all those things, do all those things, and place a plan of action that aligns with your goal. Okay, so then you start let's say your walk 3 or 4 times a week, right? Here's where the universe comes in, right? You've set the intention, the universe is working on your behalf. And on one of your walks, you feel kind of intuitively guided to turn right instead of left, or you see something that catches your interest and you go on a certain path you've never gone on before. And then lo and behold, you pass by a gym that is offering a class you've never heard of before, but looks super intriguing. Or you stop for a drink of water and you happen to start chatting with someone that you click with, and you guys decide that you're going to do your walks together 3 or 4 times a week, and they become sort of like your accountability fitness buddy. Or if we mentioned the class before, you make the commitment to go to the class, you give it a try, you love it, and it becomes so easy to work out regularly, and your fitness just gets better and better. And that impacts your mindset and everything. So I hope you can kind of see from this example of, You set the intention, you did start taking action towards your goals. And then the universe came in and provided experiences, opportunities, people that supported your goals and got you on that track to get where you want. Okay. So I think that that's a very important way of looking at manifestation. Sometimes when manifestation is taught, I feel like it's taught a little bit as if the universe is just going to magically deliver the thing you want. And that can be true. It does sometimes happen that way, particularly if you don't have any resistance to the thing that you want to experience, or if the thing that you want to experience feels like small and very doable to you. It can kind of happen like that. Like, for example, let's say, in the morning, you kind of wish that you had a cup of coffee, and lo and behold, your coworker walks in later in the day and says that they accidentally got a free cup of coffee at Starbucks, and they give you the second cup that they got for free, right? So that's a pretty quick, magical, easy manifestation. But when we're talking about manifesting bigger things, it doesn't necessarily have to be harder. It can be as easy as we allow it to be. But a lot of times, because of our human experiences, because of our wounds, our childhood, all of the things that we've been talking about, which is why we've talked about them before now, because of all those things, there is work to be done before we can align to our manifestations fully. So that is why I wanted to take us, as I mentioned, through this whole journey up to this manifestation module, so you can really start to clear out all of that stuff so that your manifestation process can be much easier and smoother. And it's why I want us to focus on how to align to our manifestation and not just wait for it to kind of magically happen, because it's not been my experience that it happens that way. Okay, so in our next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about what are the specific steps of manifesting and getting into alignment. And so I'm excited to see you there.